Whoo, what's going on? What's going on? On my way to the track. But before that, let's do some videos. But anyway, so Ryan Garcia, he's been posting a couple of things lately. And I think one of the things he had posted was after the Devin Haney fight. And he was talking about what he would have done if that was him facing Devin Haney, because we saw Devin Haney get rocked at the end of his fight against Linares. And he was also talking about how he's no one to be played with, like one of his recent videos. How about, people need to watch out for him because he ain't no one to be played with, bigging himself up basically. And the thing is that when you're in the situation or in the space that he's in at this point, you kind of have to be quiet, just due to the fact that no one at this point is going to take anything that you say seriously anymore. Not that you can't show people what you're about, you can't show people what you are, but that's the whole thing. You have to show, because just talking just doesn't get it done anymore. You were supposed to face Linares, the person that Devin Haney faced. You ended up not facing him. You are Devin Haney's mandatory. You chose not to face him. They faced each other, right? You were supposed to face Fortuna. You pulled out of that fight. Fortuna's taking on Diaz in a tough fight. You supposedly said you had the fight done with Gervonta Tank Davis. Then you walked away from that fight. Gervonta Tank Davis is jumping up to 140 pounds and taking on Barrios, which is basically the toughest opponent out of everybody. No one in that's been spoken of at 130, 135 is taking on anyone on that level right now, period. That's who he's facing. You spoke about, quote, taking on Manny Pacquiao, a fight that you later on admitted that was never even happening, that you just imagined it. He's taking on Earl Spence. So all the guys that you've mentioned and all the guys that you've been connected to, they're all either have just taken on somebody, or on the path of, fighting, someone in fights where people are like, I don't know about that. Especially when it comes to Tank, when it comes to Manny, when it comes to Fortuna, especially those guys. It's like, I don't know. And you're on the sidelines, You're on the sidelines. The only thing you've been battling is I guess, water on your vacation, with your chick. That's it. Don't even have a fight set up. Supposedly there was, you were connected to the fighter from Mayweather Promotions, supposedly. But Ellerby said that's all BS. That's not even happening. So at this point, words don't mean anything anymore. Words will only take you to a certain point. And you're at the point right now in your career where I guess you're having your mental thing, supposedly, but you're still on social media talking trash, which ends up being confusing to people. If you're supposedly having these mental, issues and you got things that you're going through, then okay, then you should be taking care of that. You shouldn't be talking like you're some badass, like you're some kind of big boy, like you're really about that life, when you just pulled out of a major fight, and especially with the clout that you have, with the position that you have, even if you needed like a month off, 2 months, you're gonna be like, you know what, I'm still gonna do the fight, but I need to push the fight back a month. I need to take a month off to myself. I need to kind of just chill, get my head together, and then after that, let's go. We can do this bout. But that's not what happened. It's just, you let the fight go. He signed on to fight someone else that's on Golden Boy, by the way, which is interesting. Is he still on Golden Boy? I don't know if Diaz actually still with Golden Boy. I know they had gone to court because he had, quote, signed to MTK Global. So I'm not sure, what's up exactly with that whole thing. So maybe not. Maybe he's not with Golden Boy. I'm not sure. But regardless, Fortuna's put himself into a space where he's taking on another major fight. And I understand that you want to be in the position, as far as being in the limelight, you want to be in the position where people are talking about you, where they, you're in the conversation with the top guys in boxing and the top guys in the division. But at this point, you have to earn that spot, because no one believes you anymore at this point. Your words mean nothing. You know, they're hollow. It's a shell filled with nothing. And the only way to fill that belief back is by doing something in that ring. Is by, you know, going up in level against, over what you've done as far as the Campbell. Because Campbell, now that's the bottom. That's the floor now. You know, that's the floor. So, the expectations for you to step it up as far as competition. You know, who that's going to be, I don't know. Because everybody's fighting each other. And I doubt that you're going to come back and say, hey, give me Devin Haney next. You know, I doubt you're going to actually go and say, if let's say, Tank is fighting, so you're not going to fight him. You can't fight him next. You know, everybody else is booked, so who exactly would you even fight if you decided to come out? You know, who would you fight? I know you're not going to say, hey, give me a Gary Russell Jr. That would be big. Say Gary Russell come to 135 and let's bang. I'm sure he would be happy and willing to do that. You know, but we'll see what happens, But for right now, cry wolf too many times. Like, subscribe, share. I'm out.